Welcome to the Technical Writing Success Video Overview by Kurt Robbins. Today, we're diving into a huge announcement from Nvidia that really feels like the start of a new industrial revolution. And it's kicking off in a big way in South Korea.
Okay, so let's get right into it. At the Apex Summit, Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang announced a partnership that is, frankly, historic in scale. We're not just talking about a new product line here. We're talking about rewiring an entire nation's industrial foundation for artificial intelligence.
And just to give you an idea of the sheer scale we're dealing with, look at this number, 260,000. That is the number of advanced Nvidia GPUs that South Korea is putting to work. I mean, to put that into perspective, this is one of the biggest, most concentrated national investments in AI infrastructure that the world has ever seen. It's massive. And this isn't just one company trying to go it alone. This is a full-on coalition. It's a united front, bringing together the South Korean government with its industrial giants. We're talking Samsung, Hyundai, LG, the whole crew. It's a single, coordinated national strategy for AI. So, you might be asking, what in the world do you do with 250,000 GPUs? Well, you don't just build bigger data centers. No, you build something entirely new. You build an infrastructure that Nvidia has dubbed AI factories. And this right here is a really fundamental shift in how we should think about this. Jensen Huang is super clear on this point. These aren't just places that store your files or host websites. They are factories, and their product? It's intelligence itself. This completely changes what a country can create and, more importantly, what it can export. This quote from him just nails the whole economic shift. For decades, a country's wealth was all tied up in physical stuff, cars, ships, semiconductors. But now, this technology creates a totally new model, where a country can literally manufacture and export pure intelligence. And this isn't some far-off theory. It's actually happening right now. Samsung is already using this computing power to create digital twins of its semiconductor plants, basically perfecting them in a simulation. Hyundai is training self-driving cars in virtual worlds, and Naver is building these incredibly powerful AI models specifically for the Korean language. But why is all of this happening right now? Why this massive investment all of a sudden? Well, the answer lies in this powerful economic engine that Huang calls a virtuous cycle, and it's really what's fueling this whole industry. It's this amazing feedback loop, right? As the AI models get better, they become more useful, so naturally, more people start using them. This generates more profit, which then gets reinvested into better infrastructure, which, you guessed it, makes the AI even better. This cycle is exactly why we're seeing capital pour into AI at such a breakneck speed. So this virtuous cycle, it isn't just about creating new apps and products. It's actually pushing the entire world into a brand new era of computing. After 60 years of things being relatively stable, the very foundation of how we compute is changing under our feet. Think about it. For decades, the world ran on CPUs, retrieving information that we humans coded by hand. Now we're shifting to a world powered by GPUs, which don't just retrieve information, they generate intelligence. What this really means is that the trillions of dollars of computing infrastructure we've built over the last 60 years, it's all going to have to be rebuilt for this new AI platform. The scale of this transformation is, well, it's almost hard to wrap your head around. The target here isn't just the tech industry, it's the entire $100 trillion global economy. Yeah, that's $100 trillion. That's the estimated value of all the world's industries, manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, finance, you name it, that AI is now in a position to completely augment and reshape. For the first time, technology can really address the total value of global labor and production. It's a huge deal. And this transformation is really unfolding on two major fronts. First, you've got agentic AI, which is like digital labor. Think of an AI that can write code or manage a marketing campaign all by itself. And second, you have physical AI, which is all about putting that intelligence into robots, from self-driving cars to those automated arms you see in factories. Now, South Korea's massive investment isn't happening in a vacuum. It really highlights this critical global trend, the accelerating race for AI supremacy, and maybe just as important, AI independence. Countries are realizing, and they're realizing it fast, that they can't afford to outsource their national intelligence. And this is driving a global push for what's being called sovereign AI. The idea is for a nation to build its own AI capabilities that reflects its own unique data, its own language, and its own cultural values. Of course, this race gets complicated by geopolitics. Because of U.S. export controls on advanced AI chips, Nvidia's business in China has just plummeted. It went from a dominant 95% market share to basically zero. Now, Wang has said that while this might hurt Chinese companies in the short term, in the long run, it could actually hurt American tech leadership by forcing China to develop its own alternatives. So what's happening in South Korea, it's not just a single deal. It's really a blueprint for how nations are going to compete in the 21st century. With these AI factories becoming the new engines of industry, the race is officially on. And the big question is, who's going to build them next? Thank you so much for watching. To continue learning with us, please subscribe to the Technical Writing Success YouTube channel. Liking, commenting, and sharing this overview really helps us reach a wider audience.